Hello everyone, Mike from Explore Prague here, and this time we're talking about the Lesser Town and Hradčany. So in the previous video we talked about the Old Town, which is basically everything on the other side of the river around the Old Town Square. Now today we're talking about the Lesser Town and Hradčany. Lesser Town is this area you can see down there right under the Prague Castle, and Hradčany is everything surrounding Prague Castle. So today we're going to show you 10 cool spots which we think you should check out when wandering around Lesser Town and Hradčany. Cutouts Monastery is the oldest monastery in the Prague city center, dating back to year 1143. Now when you get here, you have a couple options what to do. You can visit one of the most beautiful libraries in the world, the Cutouts Library, which is that building right there. You can also visit a gallery which is located in the buildings behind me, sort of like, you know, behind the church. Or if you be kind of thirsty enough, you can get yourself some really good beer in a monastic brewery, which is this place. Did you know that there's an area nearby Prague Castle where you have a feeling like you're not in Prague anymore? Welcome to Nový Svět. Now let me tell you, what is this area called Nový Svět, or the New World as it translates to English, really all about? This area was originally built for the servants who worked at a Prague Castle, and over the centuries this area had never really been fully redone. That's why nowadays when you're exploring Nový Svět, you have a feeling like you're not in Prague anymore, you're in some village on the countryside. That's why I highly recommend visiting this place, because you really got that feeling like you're not in Prague. So Café Nový Svět is a small, cozy cafe located just a few steps from the Prague Castle. And I gotta say, it's pretty much the only place where you can get nearby the castle really good coffee. Okay, quick tip I just found out. If you'll be around that cafe in the lunchtime, they serve there some soups and sandwiches, so it might be a great option for lunch. Another cool spot you shouldn't miss on the Lesser Town is the John Lennon's Wall. Now this place is known to the locals since 1960s, but it became known as the John Lennon's Wall in 1980s, when people started leaving on this wall pieces of John Lennon's songs, just as a sign of the silent protest against the oppressive communist regime. Now one fun fact is that John Lennon has actually never been here. David Černý is one of the most famous Czech modern designers, and what is so special about the Lesser Town is that you can find here 3 of his art pieces. One of the most famous art pieces of David Černý is the one you can see right behind me at the back of German embassy, and it's called Quo Vadis. What it represents is an old junky car called Trabi, or as we call it, Trabant, which is a common car for all the people from the Eastern Bloc, and about 4,000 Germans used it at the very end of communism to get to Embassy of Western Germany here in Prague to escape from the communist East Germany and get to the Western Germany. Another famous sculpture is located right in front of Franz Kafka's museum, and it's a sculpture of 2 peeing guys that are peeing on the shape of the Czech Republic. What it represents are 2 totalitarian regimes which are peeing on our country: communism and Nazis. The last art piece can be found on Kampa Island, and those are sculptures of 3 gigantic black babies. David Černý created them originally to be placed on the Žižkov TV tower, so when you get to the Žižkov TV tower, you can see 10 of these babies that are crawling the tower up and down. Another great site you just have to visit is the Church of St. Nicholas. Now, the Church of St. Nicholas belongs to one of the most beautiful Baroque churches in all of Central Europe, and really when you walk inside, you'll be amazed by its interior. The church has beautiful Baroque paintings all over the place, a lot of 3D looking paintings as well, and lastly, when you're standing under the dome, you'll be just stunned by its beauty and by how huge that thing is. So definitely keep the Church of St. Nicholas on your list. So another spot you shouldn't miss in Lesser Town is the Church of Our Lady Victorious, which is home to the famous sculpture of Infant Jesus of Prague. The Infant Jesus of Prague is a small statue of little baby Jesus, or I should probably say about 3-year-old boy, and originally comes from Spain. That's why it's actually so well known to all Spanish people. Now I'm going to show you how the sculpture looks like, and I'm also going to show you a secret room where they keep all different dresses that they put on the sculpture for different occasions. If you happen to be in Prague from April to October, you can visit one of the Prague's most beautiful gardens located right behind this building called the Valentine Garden. Now, because we're shooting this video in winter, I cannot show you how the garden looks like, but I'm gonna link down the video which shows the footage we shot in the summertime so you can enjoy the beauty of the garden and possibly visit it yourself. Now, I do believe that this one is a no-brainer, but I mean, when you're in a lesser town, you have to visit Prague Castle. The way we get inside is that you use one of the 3 gates of the castle to get in, and once you're in, you can just wander around or get yourself a ticket to explore all the interiors of the castle. The ticket will allow you to visit a St. Vitus Cathedral, Old Royal Palace, St. George's Basilica, and even a Golden Lion. And the last spot you should check is the Petřín Tower. Now, the Petřín Tower was built in year 1891 as a beautiful lookout tower and in fact as a smaller copy of an Eiffel Tower. Even till nowadays, it serves as a beautiful lookout tower for the locals and the tourists, and you can make your way all the way to the top by stairs, or if you pay a little extra, you can use an elevator to go to the very top. By the way, this is the only place in Prague city center from which you can see Prague Castle from above, because you're slightly higher than a castle. So if you love panoramic views of the city, check out Petřín Tower as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have questions to any of these locations, leave it down in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to get some more cool tips from Prague and a local life. So I'm gonna see you in the next video. Oh, and have I told you that you can actually join us on some of our walking tours? If you decide to do so, go down in the description below the video, click on a link to our main site, exploreprague.cz, where you can choose from very wide variety of all different activities that we do. So if you decide to join us, I'll be more than happy to share with you some fascinating stories from Prague.